My heart is in.
Alright, what's up, YouTube? Let's talk Cotto, Daniel Geale. You know, at this point, after everything's been done, many months wasted. First it was Canelo, and it was all these other names that popped up for Miguel Cotto. A lot of other names. I remember even back at the end of the year, Andy Lee was an option, and we know Andy Lee, Team Cotto, is not even trying to entertain an Andy Lee fight right about now. But back then, I remember there's so many names that came up over this past 6 months for Miguel Cotto's next potential opponent. In fact, Miguel Cotto was supposed to fight last year, and that didn't happen. So anyway, let's get into it. So Daniel Geale is the guy they finally selected. Okay, Rock Nation, Miguel Cotto. I hope this bird is not louder than me right now. I hope you guys hear me pretty clear. This bird, it's the same bird. This bird come out every single day. I hear him the first thing in the morning, and he's out here all the way until it gets dark every single day. But anyway, Miguel Cotto is fighting Daniel Geale. How do I feel about it? I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all, because it's not too many options left. Okay, so much time was wasted. And Daniel Geale is a credible opponent at 160. It's a safer fight. It's not a safe fight. Let me not say that. It's a safer fight for Cotto, because Daniel Geale is still a good fighter. It's just that he's safe compared to everybody else at 160. A lot of other fighters at 160. Okay, Daniel Geale is not known to be a big puncher. Okay, he's beaten some guys. You know, I know he beat Felix Sturm. He lost to Darren Barker, but he got, you know, he was able to knock down Barker. I think he was able to hurt him a couple times. We saw what happened in the Triple G fight. Okay, Darren Barker is a good opponent. But we all know, and I believe there's a catchweight to this fight. You know, I should have looked that up. But I believe there's a catchweight. I should have looked it up before I made this video. But I believe there is a catchweight in this fight. I don't like the pacing of what Cotto is doing. You know, I honestly believe, and someone else on YouTube told me this, and someone that I respect on here told me that they really believe that Cotto might be Floyd's next opponent if Floyd wins, okay, because he has that middleweight title. I think Cotto's going to win this fight. You know, I think he is a much better boxer. I think the size is the only advantage Geale really has, okay, the size, maybe punching power. You know, I don't know. Cotto is not the most durable fighter. He hasn't really been that durable since he lost to Margarito in the first fight. Okay, but Daniel Geale is not aggressive enough for me to sit here and pick him to beat Cotto, Super Cotto. Okay, because last couple fights we've gotten Super Cotto, the Freddie Roach version of him, where even though we can make the argument, all right, and I'm not saying this because I don't want you guys to come out, oh, you know, Sergio Martinez might not have been on his best. Delvin Rodriguez wasn't really that good of an opponent. But what I've seen from Cotto is a more aggressive version, kind of making me feel that he's the version that he used to be before the Pacquiao fight, before the Margarito first fight. Okay, and I think that version of Cotto is a much better boxer than Daniel Geale. Okay, I expect Cotto to win this fight. I don't know if they picked Geale because he was a recent opponent for Triple G, you know, or they might have just picked Geale because they wanted a guy that was a credible opponent but a safe opponent at the same time. I don't really know why they picked Geale, okay, but they wanted to fight somebody at 160, and I believe it's at a catchweight. I expect Cotto to win this fight. How? That I'm not really sure. I don't think Cotto can stop Geale. Uh, even though he's like the super version of himself, I don't know. And then at the same time, Cotto is getting older. Cotto is reaching. He's coming to that mid-30 range where at any given fight, there's a drastic decrease in athleticism. So I really don't know what Cotto we're gonna get, but I think the Cotto we're gonna get is gonna still be good enough to get a good win over Geale. Um, I expect Cotto to win this fight by decision. Okay, if he gets a stoppage, that'll be nice. If he gets the Canelo fight, I would love the Canelo fight. If he gets the Floyd rematch, I'm not so interested in the Floyd rematch, but I understand why it's being done. I know Cotto wants to make money, and I know Floyd wants that middleweight title. If maybe he wants a middleweight title. I'm just making assumptions here. That's something he doesn't have. He doesn't have a belt in that division. And plus having three titles in three different divisions simultaneously is a good thing to have as far as legacy is concerned. So, I have, that's all I have really on this Cotto fight. I still really want to see the Canelo fight, and I really thought, I really wish that fight happened, but we know now that Cotto wanted the money, and Rock Nation got him the money. $50 million for 3 fights or something. That's something crazy. Cotto gets money, but he's never seen that type of money per fight. So good for him. But as a fan, and you guys all know that Cotto is my favorite fighter, I really wanted to see that Canelo fight. I really wanted that fight. And I wanted him to fight Triple G. All the news about, the rumors about him, Triple G taking step-aside money, it's kind of messed up. But it's clear that Cotto doesn't think he can beat this guy. I don't think he could beat this guy. But my thing is, Triple G deserves that belt. He deserves that belt. And I really believe that Cotto will sit here and try to... he would drop the belt before he fights Triple G. I think Triple G is just... See, that's the thing with boxing, and it's sad that Tim Bradley... I talked about all of this before. It's sad that even Tim Bradley was a possible opponent for Cotto. It's crazy, But Daniel Geale is a good opponent. It's just that if he was more of a puncher, I think Cotto would have a little trouble because he is a good boxer. But Cotto is on another level when it comes to boxing skills. Okay. And I think Geale's only advantage really is, I've watched Geale fight a lot of times, and Geale's in this fight, his only advantage to me is him being a bigger fighter that night, okay? And Cotto not really being the most durable fighter at this stage in his career. But I think Cotto will do fine. I think if he's hurt, he will resort to being less aggressive and sticking to his jab and doing a lot more movement in the ring if he has to. And if he has to make the adjustments, he will do that. But I don't think it will be that necessary. But then again, you never know. You might catch the best Daniel Geale you ever see. You can't sleep on these guys. But I'm going Cotto for the win right now by decision. I really don't expect to do like a thorough a prediction, a breakdown of this fight. Because I think this is a safe fight for Cotto at 160. A lot of people, maybe Daniel Geale will shock us, but I think it's going to be a safe fight for Cotto. And this is a fight just to set up the next big fight, whether it's Canelo, whether it's Floyd Mayweather, whether it's Manny Pacquiao. Maybe they'll have a rematch. If Manny Pacquiao beats Floyd, I don't know. And by knockout, maybe Floyd won't fight him again. I don't really know. But this fight is a calculated fight. Let's just make that clear. It's a calculated fight. Let's get through this guy. If you can get through this guy, these are your options. So, Rock Nation right now, they're still new in the game. And if they could get a big pay-per-view after this fight, then it will happen, And that's all I see it, man. I don't think it should be even really discussed any more than that, all right? So anyway, I got Cotto winning by decision. And that's it. I think this fight will be at the Barclays, not at Madison Square Garden, which it typically is. So if it's at the Barclays, I'm definitely there because I've been missing Cotto's fights over and over again. But I will definitely be there because Cotto's my favorite fighter. But, you know, that's just me and my bias going on there. You know, I'm a big Cotto fan, so I'm going to be there to support the fight. But I'm not really excited for the fight. You know, I do want to see the Canelo fight. I can't even tell you I want to see the Triple G fight only because Triple G deserves to be the lineal champ in the division. But I don't want to see Cotto get destroyed by the guy. But the fight should happen. If you're the lineal champion, you should be fighting Triple G. Alright, so that's my thoughts on that. And this is my last video today, man. I'm not doing no more. See y'all Vegas.